Hello travelers, I'm Chris, welcome to Lorespire. Today is an exciting day because the Rogue Trader beta is finally upon us, and with that, we get a proper custom character creator. Okay, and extremely excited for this because character creation is definitely one of the most fun parts of any CRPG. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at that today. Now you can choose a pre-made character, but who the hell's going to do that? Not us. Go ahead and select custom character, and then you get to choose your appearance, whatever. There are some portraits to choose from. There does not seem to be a way to add any custom portraits yet, but I'm sure that that will be coming. Anyways, and then you just have your basic choices to change the way that your character looks. Pretty much everything that you would expect. Nothing fancy or new here. It pretty much is what it is. Now, on to the important stuff. We get into the stuff that's actually affecting our stats and our character's backstory. Okay, first off, you get to choose a home world. Okay, and it's just what it sounds like. It's where you were born, where you grew up, and depending on what you choose, it's going to modify your attributes in a different way, giving you pluses and minuses to certain attributes, and some of them will also give you abilities like this here. Alright, so good stuff there. Next we have Origin, which is basically just what are you doing with your life, what have you done with your life. Are you a commander, a commissar, a vagabond, so on and so forth. The most interesting ones here, I think, are the psychers, of course. We could not be a psyker in alpha, and we can be one now. We can create psychers as our player character. There's a choice for Biomancer or Diviner. I feel like Biomancer is probably going to be the better one, but I haven't played it at all, so I could be totally wrong there. Anyways, then we have a Moment of Triumph and a Darkest Hour to choose. These are not actually in the beta yet, unfortunately. Hopefully they will be soon. But anyways, I would just expect a Moment of Triumph to be, you know, like your crowning achievement in life, some really valuable treasure that you have stolen, or some really big battle that you won, something like that. And it'll probably give you pluses and or minuses to skills and attributes like we've already seen, possibly unlock some talents or some abilities as well. And then Darkest Hour, I expect it to give us access to the same type of ability score changes, stuff like that, that you get with Triumph. It's just that this is probably going to be a part of your your backstory that was like a low point in your life. Maybe your child died, or maybe you lost that really big battle that was so important. You know, something like that. And then next we have Doctrines. And this is probably the most exciting part, because this is basically the closest thing we have to what would be a class in traditional CRPGs. Okay, and to start out with, you can choose from Fighter, Leader, Adept, or Marksman. Okay, and then there are level 2 Doctrines, Assassin, Vanguard, and Hunter. Okay, and the way that this worked in the alpha, and I would imagine it's going to work here in the beta, is that you would have to put a certain number of levels into a level 1 Doctrine, and then you would get access to whatever level 2 Doctrine that led to. If you click on this here, you can actually see what abilities you're going to be able to choose from. And I'm not 100% sure how this works because it was not like this in the alpha. But I would imagine this first set of abilities here, or the one closest to the inner circle, you can pretty much choose whenever you want. I don't really see any requirements for these, except occasionally they are locked like you see here. And if they're locked, you're just going to have to do whatever it requires to unlock them. And anyways, once you've taken this closest ability here to the circle in any area, I would imagine then that you gain access to the outer abilities. Okay, that's how I'm thinking it's going to work. I don't actually know. I haven't played the game yet, but we will be finding out. Anyways, very interesting stuff here. And you can do this for all the classes. Different classes get access to different abilities, you know, different ability score increases, stuff like that. And then if you look at the level 2 doctrines, okay, you can see they actually have, looks like more abilities going on, or at least the assassin does, more things to choose from as you level. But anyways, if we look over here, you can actually see what the prerequisites are. So if you want to be an assassin, you have to be either a fighter or an adept first. Okay, and you can look and see that for all of them. By the way, as long as we're here, we can see that doctrines, you know, they will allow you to advance certain characteristics and certain skills. And if you don't have the doctrine access to those characteristics and skills, either through the doctrine or your origin or some source here in character creation, I don't think there's any way to increase those skills if you don't have access to it through something like this. That's it for that. We're going to be streaming tonight, and we'll actually get into choosing and building and creating and leveling some of these things whenever we do that. So hopefully you can join us for that. Next, we have our stats. Now, everything starts out with a base of 30 for your stats. That would be your attributes here or characteristics, and your skills over here. So everything starts with a base of 30, and then depending on what homeworld, origin, Triumph, Darkest Hour you've chosen, these are going to be modified, your characteristics and your skills, based on whatever you chose. So anyways, that's one way to increase them. And then you also start out with 30 attribute points to begin with, and you can distribute these however you want into any attributes that you want, 5 at a time. So you start out with 30 and you increase them by 5 at a time. So basically that's 6 increases across whatever skills you want, but you cannot put any more than 2 increases into a single skill at character creation. Once you've distributed all of your attribute points, however it is that you see fit, you can move on to your ship. And I was pretty excited for this because I thought we were actually going to get to customize the void ship, but no, unfortunately we don't get to do that. The only thing we can actually do here is edit the name. Now, as we play through the game, we should get customizations and upgrades and stuff like that. And hopefully we'll be able to use those to change the appearance. We should definitely be able to use them to change the combat capabilities of the ship. Okay, and last we have the summary screen. It just tells you what abilities you're going to have based on what you've chosen, and what your characteristics and your skills are based on what you've chosen. And you can here, of course, change your name. You can either randomize it or you can choose whatever you want. Okay, so that's it. That's basically just a quick look at character creation. Okay, really good, really exciting stuff. Can't wait for them to roll out the Triumphs and Darkest Hours. And I would expect that we do see more doctrines and more on the origin and home worlds as well as the game progresses through beta. Make sure that you like, subscribe. We're going to be streaming this game, and we're going to be bringing you a ton of videos on it. All right, this has been Chris with Lorespire. Be well, my friends.